Capricorn, welcome to my channel. Welcome. I'm taking a look at the dominant energies for you right now. What is dominant in your vibration? What sort of guidance can Spirit offer and give you that will just serve you in every area of your life right now? And then I'm also looking at who is in your energy. So doing a love read, taking a look at the person that is in your energy and anything that Spirit wants to bring through for your highest good at this time. Okay, so I'm Elif and I welcome you to evolve with me. Let's begin. Right, Capricorn, life is taking you in a new direction of late. Or you are aware that you need to begin to move your life in a new direction. It normally happens simultaneously, where the energy shift and you begin to become aware and realize that something needs to dislodge. You need to begin to move in a new way. The way that things have been, the way that you've been doing things is no longer serving you. Okay, and what you have welcomed into your energy or into your environment is no longer serving you. So in order for you to do this, in order for you to shift direction, Spirit says you need to take some time to reevaluate what you consider to be success. What is your definition of success? What have you, and is your concept of success, your definition of success, is that self-realized, or is a lot of that what's been imposed upon you, what you've learned from others, what you've been told life is? That's what you want to do. You're capable of so much and you know this. But often you get in your own way, Capricorn, because of your concept of success. A lot of your self-concepts, a lot of your beliefs are deeply rooted in influenced by other people, experiences, things you've witnessed, circumstances, and so forth. What else for my Capricorn? What is dominant? What is dominant in their energy right now? And what is it that Spirit would like for Capricorn to be aware of? What is it that would serve Capricorn's highest good at this time? Okay, so something's happening in the area of siblings, younger it seems, and your sense of responsibility. So it could also be friends that you feel are like family, that you just feel this protective sort of energy for them, where you feel you're responsible for influencing how they see the world, how they feel in the world. You're responsible, you have a sense of responsibility to guide them. Okay. All right. What Spirit wants you to be aware of right now, Capricorn, and what's going to serve you and serve your highest good right now is that you come to realize that even though in your relationships, in these significant relationships, you've sort of worn the hat or taken on the role. So what Spirit is saying, a lot of significant people in your life, they might be younger than you, or they might just be you seem to be ahead of them in some ways, and you see yourself as being ahead of them in some ways, whether that's as age, in terms of age, or maturity, or experience. You take it as it resonates, and you've always taken it upon yourself to play that role in these relationships, but you've missed out on something here, Capricorn, and that's why you might be feeling dissatisfied in your relationships at the moment, or maybe a little bit frustrated. It's because you've forgotten that where they are is irrelevant. They've come to teach you something too. And you've been so busy wearing the teacher's hat, okay? Or the leader hat, or the I know better hat, that you've not allowed yourself to fully embrace and open up to the comfort of the role that they're playing for you. So you're missing out on the value, and it's not because it's not there, and it's not because they're not willing to share that with you. It's because you've just not seen it because of your perspective and where your focus has been. This is also a time for you, Capricorn, where many of you are starting to have experience with your Akashic records. So, dream state meditation, having conversations with certain topics coming up that seem to be very relevant in your experience, nothing to do with this time space reality, nothing to do with this lifetime, but seems to have some sort of bearing on your experience. And it's because you're being exposed to Akashic records, past life records. Okay, so these are the things that are happening. And why Spirit is highlighting this for you, Capricorn, is because a lot of these soulmates have come through into your experience as younger, giving you an opportunity to learn something about, or learn a new way to value relationships, not from the perspective of how do I get the most out of them? How do I help them to see what is right and what is wrong? How do I help them to understand that this is valuable? Because right and wrong is relative, Capricorn. You don't know everything. You know what you know based on your experience, but you don't know everything. And the wise man knows that. Doesn't matter how old we are, we're constantly evolving. And we can always learn from those who might appear to be less experienced. They're a part of our co-creative experience, and they're a part of our evolution as well. They serve. Okay? So when we look at the world in this, from the 3D perspective, and we look at time as linear, and we look at things as black and white or right or wrong, and I'm constantly bringing this up on this channel because I want you to realize that a lot of the suffering that we cause for ourselves is because we become so caught up on our man-made rules about this reality that we forget we're a soul, a spiritual being having a human experience, and that our power is in that knowing that there are things happening that are not just straightforward and black and white. There is no absolute truth. There is no absolute that is wrong no matter what. It's relative to the individual and the experience. Okay? And so you're being given the opportunity to look at your relationships and to move your life and how you see yourself and what the expectations you place upon yourself from a different perspective. Reevaluate what you consider to be success, because you might think that you are a part of teaching and guiding these younger people or these less experienced people towards success. They're already successful where they are in their own right. It's a different way of looking at life. So whatever it is that is active and dominant in your experience right now, you do have a loyal guardian that is very protective of you. And this loyal guardian, you might have a tendency of seeing the relationship in the other way around. I'm the one taking care of him, or I'm the one taking care of her, when really you're being taken care of as well, and maybe in a more profound way than you have the capacity to realize. So you want to look at what you consider to be success. Okay. And I do feel that this shows up in the workplace for some of you in the home, in your relationships. As it said, yeah, siblings, a younger brother or sister. Take it as it resonates. There's past life karma that you're balancing, right? Thank you, Spirit. Let's take a look at who's in your energy right now, Capricorn. Who is in your energy? So let's see what comes up. Who's in Capricorn's energy right now? Okay. Someone that's very heartbroken. Someone that's heartbroken. Okay. Someone's feeling very, very hurt. And perhaps whatever's happening in your connection with this person, or whatever's happening for them, has brought up a lot of heartache. I do see that they've recently made a romantic an offering of love. That might be towards you, that might be somewhere else. We'll see how this unfolds. But okay, so what I'm getting from Spirit is that this person that is in your energy has recently decided to pursue a romantic connection, made an offer. I don't feel that this is specifically towards you. If it is, it might be a small percentage of you. But the message I'm getting here from Spirit is this person has decided to make an offer of love, to offer their heart elsewhere. Because this person's behavior, their behavior and their action has got nothing to do with you. It's got everything to do with their wounding, with their blocked heart chakra. This person saw in somebody what isn't there. It's this individual stuck in an illusion, believed that this situation or this person has what they need to heal the heart chakra. Not a conscious awareness, a subconscious awareness, but often we're attracted to toxic connections because of our toxic karmic traits. Okay? Because of our wounds, we're attracted to that which resembles the wounding as an opportunity to heal it. Okay? And the only thing that this is actually, Spirit is saying, you might see this as an awful betrayal and as an awful thing that could have, the worst thing to happen to you. This is the best thing that could have happened to you, because this is fine. This is what this person that is still in your energy needs. They needed to experience this to come to temperance. Clarity. Patience. Realizing that there's no quick fix. And the solution is never ever going to be outside of yourself. The solution is never going to be outside of you. You can keep looking for it. You can keep looking for your answers in what someone else is or isn't doing for you or with you. You can keep looking for the answers in how people treat you. You can keep looking for it outside. You can keep looking for the kindness that you're hoping to find in the world. You can keep looking for the love that you're hoping to find in the world, or you can become that for yourself. And if you're not able to sit with yourself alone and be in love with your life and who you are, then you're just going to attract relationships that are going to keep pushing you towards that. You can keep looking for kindness, for love, for honesty, for sincerity out there, or you can become it in the relationship with yourself. And this is a lesson that this person is learning hard and fast. What they found was a very smoky trail. they discover things and aspects about this person that they were too blind to see were there. This was not a pleasant experience. This was a rude awakening for this person. And this has led this Knight of Cups, who has a tendency to have illusory ideas and concepts about romance and love. They fall in love quickly with the idea of somebody because they're running from themselves, and then lose interest just as quickly when the relationship requires work. And that's what you experienced. But you have had some sort of impact on this person because there's obviously a breakthrough here. We have the Judgment card. A judgment call has been made. You see that angel blowing the trumpet? It's blowing the trumpet to say it's time to awaken, right? And that's what this experience is leading your person towards, awakening. You might experience them if you are in contact at the moment, and I feel many of you are. You might experience them to be in defense, but this person has gone into hermit mode because that's exactly what they need. They don't need to be pursuing relationships, finding the right person for them. This person's focus is on, I need to find the right person for me and then I will be happy. No. You need to find your connection to source. You need to find yourself. So, okay, what else? What does this mean for my Capricorn? What does this mean for my Capricorn? Why is this person still in my Capricorn's energy when they've obviously gone to pursue happiness elsewhere in the recent past? Wish fulfillment. Grief and loss. They're still in your energy because you keep looking back there. And you keep looking back there because they're a part of your lesson. They're a part of you realizing that you have the tendency to do the very same thing that they've done, and look at where it's led them. And look at how it's made them behave. And look at what it's made them miss. Your wish fulfillment is not in somebody else, Capricorn. Your wish fulfillment is in you learning how to fill your own cups. But you know that. You're just not consistent with practicing that. You've got to go through this grieving process, Capricorn. You've got to allow yourself to grieve. And you've got to allow yourself to embrace this connection in whatever form it now shows up in your experience, so that you can have a new beginning in love. There's a lot of love here. This is a very, very deep connection, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is a twin flame connection for many, many of you, because this is so typically twin flame. There's so much love here. I see your person's wounded, broken hearted. You so much want to help them feel whole. You so much want them to know their value. You so much want them to know that the path is different to the one they're choosing. But are you choosing a different path? There's a new beginning in love for you coming up here. You've just got to allow yourself to go through this grieving process. What does that mean? I learned to let go of my idea of what this should look like or should have looked like. I make peace with how it happened. I accept that it happened exactly the way that it should for our highest good. It's not always easy to do. Sometimes you've got to come back to it over and over and over. Sometimes you've got to keep revisiting and checking in with yourself and finding different ways to help yourself connect into your experience and into the value of your experience, and to know that it's safe, and to love yourself and to be kind to yourself in new and different ways. But there's a grieving process, and there's aspects of your grieving process that you need to be willing to listen to sit with, and to support and give space to. There's a new beginning in love, and your wish fulfillment is coming in. And that's the Sun. Those two inner children playing happily together. Sunflowers. You've got to allow something to die. There's a letting go of something here. There's letting go of something that needs to take place. You know that we get stuck right here at this point where we are so caught up on what we want and why it hasn't happened, or why it isn't happening, that we don't let that concept of how it's supposed to work out go. We don't let that version of ourselves die. We don't let the version of ourselves that is constantly looking for the answers in someone else or out there, constantly trying to find comfort in external things, constantly like holding our breath until the world makes sense again, because what's happening or what someone did or how things are turning out just is not what I want. We don't let that version of ourselves, that tendency to search for, to rush into things so that someone else or something else can make us whole, to seek for the answers outside of ourselves over and over and over again. We don't let that die. To give space to things as they are, and then to begin to see the value of them, and then to begin to tune into the value of them, and then to begin to be a match to the value of the now. And then the sun comes in, and suddenly what we want comes into our experience because we've made space for it. You have to allow the experience of betrayal, of having these 10 swords in your back, of being bitter and resentful about it, of taking this person's actions and behavior so personally. You have to forgive them, and you have to forgive yourself for the role you've played. And you've got to find a way to recalibrate and to transform this. The 10 of Swords is upside down. It means you're stuck on this betrayal. You've got to replace that. You've got to allow it to be transformed into a different concept of what has actually happened here and taken place. That is the death process, and from the death process comes rebirth. We're so afraid of death because we consider it to be an ending. And this is a good message. Spirit is saying, Capricorn, your new beginning, your happy new beginning, emotionally balanced in love, is around the corner. And Spirit keeps saying, I keep getting this message, it is with this person. But I almost don't want to say that, because then you get hung up on, okay, well, what are they doing? Is it with them? Does it look like they're behaving in a way that they're coming towards me or that they're coming around? And the moment you start asking that questions, Capricorn, you block it off. You've got to take your focus away from what has been and what is so wrong with this, and what they've done so wrong, and how they've hurt you, and how they've ruined your life. The death card is under the 5 of Swords. The grief. Being stuck in grief. You see that? Being stuck in grief. There's a fear of letting go. Experiencing it as a death, as an absolute finish, as a no. My happiness is over. My opportunity in love is over. And until you change this perspective, your reality can't change. You can't move forward from this. You know, you might feel that if only I could understand what he or she was thinking. If only I can understand why they did this. Because if this person really loves me, surely they wouldn't do that. But you see, it's beliefs like that. It's the beliefs we hold that if somebody loves me, they will behave like this and they won't behave like that. That totally screws us up. Because love does not control or define how somebody behaves. Because somebody can love you and they cannot be a vibrational match in the moment or in these days to the love that they have for you, because they are too focused on and calibrated to their fear of being loved, or their wounding, or their resentment of the possibility of ever being betrayed, or the expectations that are weighing them down, and they fear that they are not perfect and that they're going to make a mess of something anyway, so they gravitate to that where they don't have as much to lose. There are so many reasons why people do what they do, and most of the time when they do something that is not in harmony with well-being and goodness and happiness, it's because they've made decisions from a place of fear, and we want to make it about us, and so we do, and we get stuck because it's not really about us. So your focus is on this person. Why? What? Trying to get the answer so that you can feel that you're in a place where you have enough evidence that it's okay to forgive and to let this go. And forgiveness doesn't always mean I'm taking you back or we're getting back together. Forgiveness means I accept things as they are, and I respect the choice you made, and I understand you made it at the time as your best, as the best choice for you. Whether it was right or wrong, only you can decide. But I honor the role you've played in my opportunity to recreate myself, to see myself from a new perspective, to learn and to further clarify what I don't want to do and who I don't want to be in a relationship. You've got to allow things, you've got to establish, reevaluate your concept of success. Reevaluate what you consider to be a successful, good, happy, healthy relationship. Look at whether it serves you or not. Look at whether or not it's realistic. Allow that which does not serve you to die so that it can be reborn in a new and profound way, in a way that serves you better. There's this narrative that everybody I love betrays me. I give so much. I invest so much in them. I spend so much helping them to refine themselves, to become better people, to do. You don't realize how much ego is in that. And then I do all of this. I pour all of this into making them better people, and then they betray me and leave me for something else, for something better. And in that belief and in that concept, it simply means people are only ever going to use me. I am of no value beyond that. There are concepts, personal concepts, a personal paradigm that needs to shift here, Capricorn, because your wish fulfillment is right here. Your new beginning in love is right here. The sun, you've got the sun, you've got the 9 of cups, and you've got the 2 of cups. What you deserve is under your nose. Then you've got the 5 of cups and the death card, and the 10 of swords, betrayal, on top of it. And you can't smell the roses. You can't. You see? A judgment call has been made. It's a time for awakening. Not only your person has gone through that awakening, but so have you. It is a time for forgiveness. It is a time for acceptance. It is a time to let go and set yourself free. That is your message, Capricorn. If it resonates, comment, let me know how. If whenever you have a moment in these readings where you're like, oh my goodness, I never thought of that, or I didn't actually realize that's where I was, but that makes sense. Comment, let me know when it resonates. I love to hear from you guys. You know, we're all in this together. We're growing together. We're healing together. We're building together. We're a collective. Okay, everything that you want, everything that you deserve is already there. You've just got to give space to it. That's your message, Capricorn. And Now it makes sense why Spirit says you do have a loyal protector that is taking care of you, because loyalty is such a big thing for you that often you cannot see where people are being loyal. You only notice where they are not. Okay? And for some of you, delving into your Akashic records might be helpful. Getting some hypnotherapists to help you to delve into and take a look at your page through your Akashic records. That might be really, really helpful in your process right now. Okay. If the message resonates and you'd like to take a closer look at your situation, because it is a general reading, all right? If you'd like to get some personal guidance and insight into your situation, you're welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below. Whatever you choose to do, do what is best for you. Love and light. I'll see you next time, Capricorn. Bye now.